Welcome to Collectanea. This is Cindy, and I'm back with part 8 of my challenge to use my cartridges. Today's cartridge will be Everyday Paper Dolls. That's the one I'm working with, except that I'm also using Elegant Edges as a background. And I use this one, Elegant Edges, a lot. I will probably not do one by itself because it really doesn't have pictures with it, but I use this one probably more than any other cartridge. So I'll put these two together and show you what I'm going to do from them today. I'm starting with, as I often do, a white 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card. And I'm going to run it horizontally here in the landscape fashion. And today's card, I wanted to be sort of beach inspired. So I am using, on top of the white card, I'm using a piece of Coordinations. This is color core cardstock, so it doesn't have a white center in it, and so it really cuts well if you put it on the Cricut. So this one is 1/8 of an inch smaller than the card itself. So the card is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. The mat is 5 1/4 by 4 1/8. And then on top of that, I'm placing this water pattern paper. It is from a photo stack by DCWV, and it just looks like water. I think I've got it upside down here. Yes, that looks better. And I wanted this to look like we were at the beach. And I think that does it very nicely. So I'll put those two mats down onto the card, and I'll be right back. I have these down now, and I forgot to tell you the size of this water pattern piece. It is 4 by 5 1/4. And now I'm ready to add the next item, which I wanted to represent something sunshiny. So I've got this yellow. It's a light yellow with a very faint polka dot. It's from the Fresh Floral Stack by DCWV. It is 3 by 3 1/2. And underneath that, I'm going to put the same color blue mat that I have in the mat already, on the card already. And this one is 3/16 of an inch smaller in each direction than the other one. So it is 3 3/16 by 3 11/16. And I'm going to put those down in a moment, but first I want to put down this, it's a 3/8 inch wide piece of blue, and it is the same height as this blue mat, so it's 3 11/16. I'm going to put that down with my ATG gun, and then I'll put the whole thing, I'll be ready to put the whole mat and everything down after I do that. I have my mats together, the yellow onto the blue, and I have also added this blue stripe onto which I put a piece of organdy ribbon. It's 1/4 inch ribbon, and I just tied it in a knot around that piece of blue cardstock before I put them down. Now I'm going to put my mat on top of the card here, and I want it fairly close to the top and fairly close to the left. So I think that looks good. And now I'm all ready to add what comes next, which is another mat. Lots of mats on this one. And this one is for the item that I'm going to put on here that really shows summer. And so I have here a white mat. This is what I used the Elegant Edges for. And this is Scallop 2. It's on page 24 of the manual. I used the oblong and the oblong shadow, and I cut that white. I cut the whole thing at 2 1/2 inches. So the white is 2 1/2, and the blue is the 2 1/2 shadow. Both are oblong. And I'm going to put those together, and then I'm going to set these right in here like this. On top of that, then I'm going to add my beach items. I'm ready to put my mat down. I wanted to show you that I have it on some foam tape. I used scotch and I've already peeled off the green and white backing paper. I'm going to set this onto the mat, fairly centering it on horizontally on the mat. Whoops. At least I'm going to try to anyway. There. Now that raises it up off the card a bit, and that's good. And then the items that I cut from the Everyday Paper Doll cartridge are these right here on page 41. The beach chair and a beach umbrella. I cut the chair at 1.5 inches and the umbrella at 2 inches. But be sure to put these on the real dial. Use that real dial size button. Or if you don't, you'll have a chair and an umbrella sized for a 1.5 inch doll, and they're very small. So make sure to put them on the real dial size, 1.5 and 2 inches. 1.5 for the chair, 2 inches for the umbrella. And I cut both of these in this same dark blue. And I'm going to put the umbrella behind the chair and have the chair on the edge like this with the umbrella behind it. And once I put these down, and I'll use my Zig pen to do that, then I'm going to add the one-word sentiment which just says heavenly. And if you like the beach and you get to spend a day there, then I'm sure you think that's what it is, heavenly. So I'll put these down and I'll come back and show you the finished card. I'm ready now to just add this sentiment. I did put it on a piece of foam tape and I have the backing removed. And I just cut I printed the saying on the computer and then just trimmed it to look like a banner, and then added a mat behind it, that same blue that I've been using to mat most of the things. So here is my bright and sunny heavenly beach card. If you're a beach lover, I hope you enjoy this, and if you have everyday paper dolls, be sure to look at all the things that are there. Thanks so much for joining me. Come back soon for number 9 in the challenge. Bye-bye.